Hello and welcome to this JavaScript tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn about how we could create our own objects. So in the previous tutorial we had an overview about what objects are and where they are used and how you could access an inbuilt object and how you could use properties of the object. Now in this tutorial we are going to go ahead and create our own object. So one thing which you need to do is that you just copy this script tags and you go ahead and paste it in the head tag. So you want the script tag in both the head as well as the body of the HTML document. Now once you have these things in place, in order to create an object you will require a constructor. So a constructor is nothing but it is used in order to initialize the object. So to create an object, you go ahead into the script tag which is present in the head function and you simply create a function. So we type function, and let's say we want to create an object of, let's say, person. So you want to create an object for person, and you also need to specify some properties of an object. So in the previous tutorial we have created some properties like name and age. So we are going to use the same properties. So you list the properties of the person object inside the parentheses. So we go ahead and type name, and let's say we want one more property and we'll declare that as the age of the person. So now once we have this function with us, you go ahead and go inside the function, and now the thing which you want to do is you want to access those properties. So in order to access those properties inside the function, you first need to initialize them. So in order to initialize them, as you are using this function, so there is a keyword which is called this, which is used to access the properties of that particular function. So what this keyword specifies is that you are using the properties of this function. So when you have this typed, you give a dot operator, and after dot you type the property name which you want to use. So in this case, as we want to initialize name, so we type this dot name, and we want to equate it with name, so we type equals name. So to this dot name the value of name is assigned, and now you also want to do the same with the age. So we type this dot age equals to age. So basically what we did here is that this thing right here is called as a constructor, and it is used to create an object. So in order to create an object, we have used this dot name. So this is nothing but a method which is used in order to access the properties of that particular object. Now once we have successfully initialized them, now the next thing which we need to do is we need to go ahead and we need to create the objects. Now instead of saying creating an object, we want to create instance of an object. So for example, you could consider this person as a basic let's say structure which could be used in order to create a particular person. So let's go ahead and create some instances of this person object. So let's say this is a structure and you want to create a real person out of it. So you go ahead and you just type var for variable. So as in this case we want to create some instances. So let's say the person's name is, so let's say we want to create an instance for the person whose name is ABC. So we type var ABC, then we type equals, and then we type new. So new is basically used in order to create a new instance of an object. So as in this case we want to create an object of person, then we go ahead and type person, and in the parameter section for this we are going to specify the name and age of an actual person. So in this case, as the name of person is ABC, we type ABC, then give a comma, and we specify the age, let's say 24. Now as we have created one instance, now let's go ahead and create one more instance for a second person. So let's say the name of second person is PQR. So we type var PQR, then we type equals new person, as PQR is also a person, and then we specify his name which is PQR, and let's say his age is 28. So we have successfully created two instances of the object person. So in order to have a better understanding of this code, we are going to comment the code. So let's say this is a constructor, and this things right here is the instances of objects. So we type creating instances of an object. So once we have these things in place, we want to use these objects to perform something. So let's say if you want to print out the age or name of any of the object, you go inside the body tag, and inside the script tags you simply type document dot right? And let's say we want to display the name of the first person, ABC. So we type your name is, and let's say as you want to display the name of person ABC, you go ahead and type abc.name. So that is going to give you the value which is stored in the name property of ABC object. So now if you save the code and execute it, it is going to show you the value that your name is ABC. Now you could also print the age of ABC. So you go ahead, give a plus sign, add double quotes, and you print your age is, you come out of the double quotes and you print the age. So in order to access age, we type abc.age. Now let's save the code and execute it. You'll see that your name is ABC and your age is 24. So you could also use this in order to display the values for the second instance of an object, which is PQR. So if you want to display the values for PQR, you simply replace ABC by PQR. So we replace this ABC by PQR over here and also over here. So now this is going to give us the values for the name and age of the instance PQR. So if you save the code now and execute it, you are going to get the value as your name is PQR and your age is 28. So that's how you create a basic object in JavaScript. So this is one of the methods in order to create an object, and in the next tutorial we are going to learn one more method which is used in order to create objects. So basically in this method what we did is that we used constructors in order to initialize or in order to create an object. So for doing that we have used the function, then we have used the object name, and to the parameters we have passed on the properties of the object, which in this case are name and age. Then we have stored it by using the this method. So this is basically used in order to access the properties of this particular function. Now once we have that, we go ahead and we create the instances of an object, and in order to create an instance we type var, then we type the name of the instance, and then we type new, and then we use the object of which we want to create an instance. So for example in this we had to create an object of person, so we type person and then we pass on the two parameters which are name and age. Now once your object is created, you could access its properties in the body tag by using the PQR or the instance name dot the property name. So as in this case we wanted to access the name and age of PQR instance, we typed PQR, then we gave a dot operator, and then we printed out the property name, which is name in this case, and it is finally going to show you the values which are stored in it. So I hope you guys understood this tutorial. So that's it for this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.